Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast. Me Matt. We have a Western Front fight for you all. Let's go through the players. On the American side we have Ralph Roberts as Tank Destroyer, and he's going for the blocky bucket straight out the gate. This is gonna be interesting. We have Valhalla as the Waffness as Jäger tactics. This is gonna be a very interesting one, I think, because we're gonna see Tank Destroyer against Jäger. Tank Destroyer for the United States gets a very unique thing. They get a unique, cheap infantry unit straight out the gate in greatcoats, which look like the Echelon, which are really cool. The 28th Infantry, the Bloody Buckets. He's actually very interesting because, I don't know a lot about the exploits in the Second World War, but this is the longest existing and serving US regiment. I believe they've served the United States Army since Benjamin Franklin, which is a really long time. So these guys are really old, as a regiment that is. And while we have the Jägers, so Valhalla I think is going to be a little bit more low on troops. Oh, he's going straight for Jäger troops, okay. He's going for low but very good troops. This is going to be interesting. Let's see how he fares against the mass numbers of the 28th. He needs to stay behind cover and get the point. Wait, is he going to try and overwhelm the Storm Pioneers? Oh my god, he's going to try and overwhelm the Storm Pioneers! Yeah, he's already getting him in the crossfire. But the re-echelons have been lost. He's going full on aggressive, holy shit! Throwing a pineapple in the building. Oh, the pineapple pinned him. That's gonna buy him some time. Cool one with an MG34 coming out. But more of the 28th are pushing up here. Armed with their M1 Garants. M1 Garants and a Thompson, I think. Yeah. I do love that they are in the great coats though. So they would be amazing in like a winter battle. Now we have Jägers and we also have Kubelag. But I don't think the Germans are ready for this. Because the 28th are really cheap. So he can just get a lot of them. How much again? 28. Yeah, they're only 180. They're not very good though, but as America, you just need a lot of rifles on the field and you'll do fine. Oh, the Storm Grenadier is already dead entirely, oh god. Yeah, it's up to these Jägers now, but I don't think these 3 men can do it. We have six squads of the 28th. Oh my god, that's gonna be a lot of troops out to capture the fields. Oh, these guys can also be trained to hide, which is a really powerful ability.
Rifle squad ready for action.
The flak here is gonna prevent them from doing much. He might still be able to take the point though, so that's gonna be good for him. But he needs to get out of that. But 28th will allow him to get a lot of territory very fast. And he's definitely making use of that. Now the big thing about them is they can mostly also be armed with anti-tank equipment. The thing is he needs to be veteran to arm them. They also have satchel charges. These guys actually are very versatile by being such a cheap squad. The 28th are everywhere. They're even cutting off the Germans here. But I think this might be a dead squad. He just keeps getting more of them. They are so cheap, so the problem is if he just gets that many of them, he's not going to be able to have the income to get heavier stuff. And meanwhile, the SS is slowly just going to get more and more troops. Like, he's going to get some SS Fallschirmjäger Pioneers now. Ah, he's throwing a grenade because he expects there to be someone behind there. Now the Germans are going to get some resources when they capture this cutoff point. So the SS might be able to get a comeback from this. I actually definitely think they can get a comeback from this because this is going to really tank Ralph's, what's it called? Ralph's income. He's going to get an 81mm mortar though. Oh, the 28th are relentless by the looks of it. There's a lot of them here. Oh, a medical. Oh, the cool one can drop medical supplies. Oh, that's very neat. So the Germans on their southern flank can resupply themselves and get healed up. And look at all these. Look at all these riflemen. And here we have the 81mm mortar. He's probably gonna... Ah! Very cheeky. So yeah, he was just waiting for an opening to then come in around the flank. Now the thing is, without any upgrades, these guys actually don't have any anti-tank equipment, or anti-vehicle equipment. But the Kubelwagen is not that armored, it's an open-top vehicle. So enough gunfire will kill the crew. Oh, he's utilizing the 28th really well, I mean, I'll admit. I think Valhallen, or well, the SS, should probably get some more infantry out. Yeah, he's gonna get a replacement Aufklader. But holy shit, this is just a lot of 28th infantry.
Crew stand ready. Combat unit ready. Hit. Ready to execute the vehicle.
That's a very open spot to set it up. And the issue is these guys have cycle charges. If he can get close to that, he can destroy it instantly. Which is kind of risk-reward factor of playing as the Waffen-SS. Now these Storm Grenadiers, the side display, is actually holding on for a very good time. Probably because the 28th have poor training, so they're actually not that effective at long range. We'll say the Ralph is being very aggressive with them. It's nice to see. But I feel sorry for the families of all these guys. It's gonna be a lot of litters. Is he going for the base? Oh my god, he's gonna satchel the flag. He's satcheling the flag. Holy shit, he's going straight for it. Oh my god, that is such a cheeky play. But he's gonna lose a lot of infantry for it. Russian Pioneers have been armed with the MG-15. That is such a cheeky play, destroying the flag. Okay, we also have an Untersturmführer for the Waffen-SS coming in. And he's just getting more of the 28th. Oh my god. He's playing very unconventionally. I did not expect the Americans to use mass assault tactics.
Squad ready for action. We're losing a capture point.
Perhaps you should get some Jaegers out. I think the SS Fallschirmjäger battalion should actually do well. At long range, these guys will suffer because they have their poor training. But up close, I don't think it'll matter because of all their semi-auto weapons. We'll need to see what the Valhallen does to counter this. He's gonna get a pack. Might be a good call because they're just being teched up, probably to get a Sherman or something. And the 28th are just everywhere. Well, except the southern flank by looks of it. Which the Fallschirmjäger pioneers are taking advantage of. But I do think the Germans have the upper hand here in this building fight because of the ranges. So yeah, if we're gonna overrun these guys.
An anti-tank battery is ready for deployment.
And that's a lot of rifles. Like, I've never seen this many American infantry at once, like, in a 1v1. That is quite nuts. I never actually thought you could utilize the 28th like that, but I suppose that might actually be the meaning of them? They're meant to be static infantry though, if I read correctly. Yeah, they're meant to be anti-tank and static. But they are versatile. Which they're definitely proving they are.
We have a lieutenant reporting in for duty.
They can even get extra rations if you can level them up. Which means they'll also heal, so you don't actually need to get medics for them. Well, you still need to replenish them, but... Okay, we have the Kuhlwagen still holding the southern flank here.
Contact! Enemy infantry!
You could probably go for expert gunnery with this one. MT-42, that'll also cut down the 28th like they're nothing. Generally, as a German, you want to use MGs to stop allies from overrunning you with infantry. That is also kind of what you're meant to do as Germans, because a lot of German infantry tactics revolved around the machine gun. That's literally on purpose, the German infantry doctrine was designed that way. Oh, he's gonna try and satchel it! But they got mowed down.
Just got a report of an infantry unit being wiped out.
I think the American position here is gonna be in trouble. Yeah, I don't think the Americans do much when there's an MG-42. So far, it looks like the Germans are making a comeback because, as I kind of suspected, the 28th kind of fall off when the Germans get their better stuff. They don't stand up toe-to-toe with the more expert SS troops here. Oh, an MG-42 is going to move up here. Oh, that's going to be a lot of ground it can cover. But there is a mortar though, so this building could get set on fire. It's already smoking heavily. So much is going on today. And so many more of the 28th are pushing upwards. Oh god.
Just got a report of an infantry unit being wiped out.
Yeah, indeed, A2 Sherman on the way. Oh, the pistol mine is out in the open, which means they're going to be very easy targets. And that machine gun has to relocate quickly. You got some SS Fallschirmjägers gonna be coming in. With FT-42s, they'll probably mow down the 28th like they're nothing. This is so unusual. This is so an unusual American play.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
But yeah, we have the A2 on the field. You could probably go for officers if you had enough, because I think it's officers as tank destroyer also are combat squads. Now we have SS Fallschirmjägers on the field. I assume he'll probably be arming them with the FT-42s and Sturmgewehrs, or MP-40s, I don't know. And depends on the ranges you want them to fight. Another A2 gonna be coming in. So it says 20th infantry into A2s. What an intriguing playstyle. Huh.
We lost an infantry unit. They got wiped out.
I suppose it works. We'll have to see.
Squad, ready to move.
It's gonna be spotted though, thanks to the Jaegers here. And the Panzerfaust.
Tank ready. Button down the hatches. On you. Promotion just came through. Squad, get ready.
The Germans are slowly getting the territory again though. Americans have to get a rear echelon. Well, technically he doesn't. He could also just go for a preventive measures on the base.
Button her up. Big push coming. Rear echelon troops on the front line.
Now we have a second A2 in the field. Oh! He's activated radio silence. Which is why none of his units are appearing on the map. So now the American is kind of blind as to what's going on. The radio silence won't last forever. But yeah, there's not a lot of 28th squads back left anymore. They've taken heavy casualties. But that's a high casualty rate today for the Americans.
Armor ready.
Sherman pushing upwards. Oh, good job with that Panzerfaust right there. And there the Sherman is down. Good job with the pack. Oh, he's gonna use a smoke grenade there. And he's gonna try and run up to satchel it. Oh, he cannot satchel it because they're on the same cooldown, that's right. But the Pineapple will still do fine. He lacks the munitions to arm them. And that's a problem. He's using so many munitions just to stay alive. Because the sheer amount of 28th infantry coming in is quite immense. The Germans are getting more and more territory thanks to these Fallschirmjägers. And I don't think the 28th can match up to those. Neither can these rear echelons, obviously. Yeah, already getting a lot of good hits in. Very accurate troops right here. But a Sherman might be too much for them. Indeed, he pulls back. Was gonna try and ambush it. But our 28th nearby to support it.
Supply half-track is in action. Standing by for setting of command post.
He did get him into ambush though. And because they are special forces, they will auto-heal when out of combat. I think the Germans will stabilize here. As if he's just gonna keep getting A2s and 28th, I think slowly the Jaeger division will just get better and better armed.
Sherman, ready to go.
We have a weird bug here though, that Ralph Roberts apparently shows up with his commander when you should actually be able to have commanders with a spearhead on. So I'm wondering what happened there. Not that it matters much currently, but it looks like that I'm pretty sure the Germans will make it out of this one. Because if it's just gonna keep getting these 2 units, it's gonna fall off in time. Yeah, and now that's gonna be taking up for tanks. And I think with that, he'll get something out that can deal with the A2s.
The command vehicle has gone static. HQ operations now underway.
Oh, he's gonna go straight for Panthers. He's already upgraded. No, he's gonna get a Stuk first. Okay, good choice. I thought he was gonna go straight for Panthers, because generally that's a thing you do if you have access to Panthers for some people, because the Panther is just such a good tank. He really needs munitions though. Actually, he needs all resources at the moment. Oh shit, they're gonna go for the base again. I think he wants to satchel the base.
Command structure is under attack.
That's a grenade. Sherman is down though, and he is taking heavy losses trying to do this.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
Yeah, I think the American is running into a problem here.
Just got a report of an infantry unit being wiped out.
Here we have the Stuk G. A good assault gun that can be used in most situations reliably.
Crew, get ready. Unit operational. Squad, ready to move. Achtung, ready yourself. Achtung, prepare. You're ready. Send orders. I got orders, boys. Check it out. We're moving.
Double A2 swinging southwards here. Re-echelon supporting with a BAR.
Tank upgrade complete.
But the Stuk and the pack with some infantry support should probably be able to hold them at bay. Oh yeah, those Fallschirmjägers are just cutting down any American infantry. And Jägers are securing the middle point here while they're sneaking.
We are receiving new orders.
Storm Grenadiers fighting up here in the north. Actually very veteran, they've got 26 kills. Lots of 28th infantry moving up. But that's where the MT-42 is going to come in. If you can get to veteran 2, he can actually arm it with a scope. That's going to make the MT-42 even more accurate.
Standing by.
Yeah, now he's taking up to unlock a Panthers, which makes sense.
Send orders.
But triple A2s northwards. I don't think the Storm Grenadiers have enough to stop that. He's summoning with a Panzerfaust though. Oh, he knows they're there. Yeah, he's just ditching out of that.
I will take point. Just don't accidentally shoot me in the back. Contact! Contact! Taking fire!
Oh, he's shooting through the hedgerows.
Ready!
Very cheeky from the American player right there. I suppose in this situation now he has to be, because I don't think his normal strategy is working out. But if the SS can get a Panther out, I think this is practically over. Because then the Panther can just slowly start just hunting down the A2s. Yeah, the 28th Infantry is definitely not cutting it anymore. Oh, high explosive from the pack right there. High explosive gonna be coming in though. No, nuts. Oh, turret jammed on the Sherman. Not good for it. The Stuk needs to get repaired. It's gonna be risky to move it up like that. Yeah, some SS Panzerjägers on the field. With a Panzerschreck. We have 4 A2s on the field now. But the American is running out of a lot of things. He should probably get the repair station upgrade. Oh yes, good. You can just ride back to repair. Much the same way that this thing does. It just gets it for free for you.
Crew, get ready.
Very handy to have.
Orders complete. This is it.
This is a very unusual battle, I will say that. Getting another A2. Oh, high explosive right there. He could probably try and tech up though if he wants, but he's already used most of his fuel on tanks. Because then he could actually have tried and gone for the Thunder Run ability, which would just have allowed all his Germans to have high explosive shields permanently. If he really wants to just overrun the German. That's a flare grenade. Yep. Paraflare.
Rear echelon squad ready for action. Armor ready.
So many A2s.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
He definitely just aims to overrun the SS here. But the Stuk is gonna be a threat. Oh! A lucky shot there from the Sherman, destroyed the gun on the Stuk. There's Panzerjägers hidden here though. That's how you're meant to use them right there. Ah, but they hit the sandbags. That sucks.
Officer has reported for duty.
Hauptsturmführer arriving.
They're ready. Send
Oh, Stuk is being repaired past the open blitz here. Oh, very cool.
Crew, get ready.
It definitely looks like a bit of an SS convoy has been stopped here, halted. I'll probably have a name for this match then. Something to do with Convoy, I think. Oh, they're gonna satchel it.
A capture point is being
Nah, that building is gone. Looks like recon run. Oh, that's a bombing run actually. Didn't do much. The walls is gonna start to fall down. That's actually not good for the Germans, I think. That'll allow all the Germans to start opening fire. He's using very poisonous smoke. Oh, this underswimmer might be in trouble if... Ah, they didn't run that way. Good. Just have to stay hidden. Meanwhile, the northern front, though, the SS is taking advantage of the lack of infantry up there. But now all the Germans are gonna move. I think he can get a Panther though. if he wants to go for it. And indeed, the Panther is going to be coming onto the field. I think this might be the beginning of the end then for the Americans. We'll have to see. Another paraflare coming up. The MT-42 is just pinning them so fast. But indeed, Panzer has arrived. I think the Shermans are in trouble now. And the Fascist Pioneers are still holding the southern flank down here.
They're ready. Send orders.
Just A2s and 28th Infantry. There's literally nothing else. That is such an interesting build. But now, with the Panther present, I think the Shermans are going to be in for a surprise. Got a paraflare. He's been very diligent with them. Yeah, he spotted the Panther. He needs to flank and overwhelm the Panther. He cannot brawl with it at long range. And the longer he waits, there'll be a second Panther at some point. But at the same time, he needs to utilize his Panther very carefully. If he gets surrounded, it's done for. I still think it was a good move that he got the Stuk first. That'll allow him to at least have something to keep the Shermans at bay as well. And the Stuk is always a good choice generally. Why do you say this is a German airstrip? Huh. Neat. Environmental storytelling, everyone. Ah, we now have an AT gun coming out. And a lieutenant. Indeed, he's a combat squad if you're playing as the 28th. Although he's from the 4th division for some reason. Yeah, the A2s are not gonna have an easier time against the Panther. Oh, but the A2s can still penetrate the Stuk. Was that real artillery? That might have been fake. That looks like it was fake artillery. Still, if it fools your enemy, all the better to you. Indeed, it was fake. Now, as with the lieutenant, he could actually go for time on target. No, that's not the wrong. That's the wrong rush. Fire for effect heat. Yeah, that'll do. That'll deal with tanks. That could at least lock down an area of enemy armor. I suppose being loaded in on the Panther. It's also been armed with the infrared scope, which allows the Panther to get a lot of sight. And more accuracy. That's actually a really good upgrade. And only Ye gets access to that, I believe. Like infrared optics. If you're wondering, yes, the Germans did in fact use infrared scopes. Very limited, but they did invent it. Well, I don't think they invented it. It might have been someone else who did, but they utilized it for military purposes. And I think they were the first to do so, and also the only ones in the war to do so. Which is a pretty big deal.
Infantry group are lost. This is what we're trained for.
And Undersum Fear being called in, I guess the previous one got killed.
Open ready. Squad numbers back and full. The cavalry has arrived. Prepare for combat.
Look at all those Shermans. I suppose it is kind of accurate to what it would be like to fight the Americans.
It's time for action.
But I do think Ralph Roberts should try and take up to get something else. Like perhaps a Jackson. Like I think the Jackson would just kill the Panther really fast. Now the question is he going to go for the MG42 or is he going to wait until he can get a Panzer officer for the Panther? He might be waiting for the Panzer officer. But the Shermans are stretched out across the entire front. He plans to envelop him. I think that's going to be pretty obvious.
Panther, ready to move.
How far can this actually see? Not that far. Hauptsturmführer sneaking up, which is a thing you can do as a Jäger. All your officers have the ability to sneak.
Panther, taking fire. Send orders. Adjusting your position. Crew taking fire.
Here comes the Shermans. Oh my god, he's gonna go for full envelopment.
Heavy armor has been lost. Execute. Incoming. Drive. Get us out of here.
I think the Stuk might be lost up here. But the Panther is still winning. Oh, that's essential. Yeah, he's gonna stop them from getting another Panther. That's actually a really good push on the American part, but the Panther's still alive and it's becoming a very big veteran. Like it's already getting a Panzer officer now, and the Stuk is still alive. So I'm not sure that worked out as he wanted to. Now I definitely think Valhalla should get some Sturm Grenadiers out to replenish his losses.
Officer, ready to be deployed.
Open Blitz coming in. But this was quite a push from... Oh, is it going for double Jackson? Oh, double M10. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Quite a push from the Americans, though. Definitely a good attempt at envelopment, but the Panther reacted too fast. And he did destroy the SS Teching, so this might actually have worked out. We'll have to see. But I think more Sturm Grenadiers would have been a good choice for Valhalla to get at this point. The Panther is ready again, though, with a Panzer officer. So this thing is going to become a lot better at dealing with enemy tanks.
Pioneer Cooper is ready for action. Armor ready. Hit him with the coax. Standing by. Send orders. Armor alert! Armor alert!
Yeah, as long as the Panther's operational, that's going to be a big threat to the Americans. But the M10s might be what he's going to use to stop that. It's just the M10, I still think it's going to have trouble against the Panther. Which is what he really needs to take up and get a Jackson for. Because the frontal armor on the Panther is just too high.
Back up to full force. Ready to engage. Alert! Enemy infantry!
Perhaps we might have to see a Panther Ace come out of this. More Fallschirmjäger Pioneers on the southern flank. Oh, there's actually an MG42 here now. Suppose that'll keep the southern flank secure.
Relay orders. Crew, execute orders.
There's still a 3-inch gun here trying to hide, but I think the crew on that one will die quickly when it gets... Oh, good shot! Very good shot right there. The Panther has to pull back immediately. Oh, a second good shot! Oh my god! I think it's now or never. He needs to push up now. Oh, that's not good. I think the M10 is practically done for now. It's lost its gunner. High explosive on this M10. The Panther's being very brave, but he should have to pull that back for repairs immediately. Like, if he loses that Panther, I think it's over. But the Americans have just suffered so many losses. And the MG-42s just keep gunning them down.
They got wiped out.
I definitely think though Valhalla should invest in more Storm Grenadiers. They're just such good infantry. Amazing infantry at that, rather. Like, for a base infantry unit, these guys can do practically everything you need them to do. Look at their kills, 34. And they are fighting 28th, which are not the best infantry. They're cheap infantry.
Standing by. Send orders.
But the Panther's moving out again. Oh, he's starting to arm some of them with heat bazookas, though.
Is under attack.
Oh, the MG-42 is just mowing them down out here.
Upgrade complete. Combat promotion. Good impact. Target secure. Still in contact. Standing by.
Oh, Panther's moving again. Oh, but the bazooka's gonna try and flank him. But the Panther's just too fast. Looks like the US Air Force is keeping an eye on this Panther. But there are flak to protect it.
Standing by.
And down goes the plane, keeping an eye on it.
Prepared for action.
This is such a fascinating game. I don't think I've seen a 1v1 like this before. But I think the German is gonna win out now, because late game, the SS is just gonna completely outstrip the United States at this point. Oh, he is gonna go now for the battalion. I think he might now be aiming to try and get the Jackson. He needs to get the Jackson in all fairness. Especially against the Panther. Never underestimate the Panther tank.
A capture point is under attack.
Oh, they actually fired a bazooka shot. Just didn't penetrate. The front of the Panther is just too thick. It's a very thick front. That bolt is providing a lot of cover. Oh, good bazooka on the Stuke. That bolt is actually providing a lot of cover. Oh, Panther shooting its ass. Oh, didn't penetrate the Schützen though. It's Schützen, yeah. Oh, that's not good for these 28. They're actually fully veteran. But I think that this might be the final little engagement.
Just got a report of an infantry unit being wiped out.
And the Panther's just hunting him now. The Panther's on the prowl. He's going for double anti-tank teams. He just wants to try and get rid of this thing.
Standing by. Send orders.
And the SS have rebuilt their little convoy again.
Relay orders.
The 3-inch is still a threat to it though, as we have seen. Finally, the Storm Grenadiers have actually been able to be armed with their Scope STGs. Scope Sturmgewehr. That's going to give them a big advantage in these engagements. As you can see, they are very active with their Sturmgewehrs when they have the upgrade. And now the Panther can move up. Driver injured. Yeah, I think the American is in trouble now. Yeah, the tanks are just running out in the open. That's generally not how you're meant to use them, but I get why. He's desperate at this point. Church went down. With the Panther still being around, I think the American is still going to be in trouble. Sounds like flares going over the front line. Standing by. Send orders. Yeah, it looks like it's the Jaeger flares. Okay. Well, MG42 in this building, that could cover a lot of ground. Because there's a lot of open terrain. Yep, there we go. That'll stop any anti-tank teams from running out there, definitely.
Prepare for orders. Standing by.
But I think Ralph Roberts is now noticing that he lost too much manpower just using the 28th. He didn't get very far though. He actually got into the base. That's very impressive. And now an Ostwind just to rub it in that the infantry cannot do anything.
They're ready. Send orders.
Well, probably also to help shoot down any planes that might come in. But I think the Americans might have realized that it's about to be over. Because once that Panther arrived, I think that was practically it. Because there's very little he can do without a Jackson to stop it. Or mines, for that matter. Yeah, he's still trying to go for the Jackson, but I think he's not going to have the resources to do it.
Prepared for action.
And he's not really moving. Guess he's just waiting for the Germans to make the move. M10 is trying to skeet it around. A little bit of silence before the final thing, I suppose. Artillery being called in.
Infantry assaulting. Upgrade achieved. Upgrade complete.
Definitely a very unconventional 1v1 from the American side, but I think I enjoyed watching this. This was very different. He even got into the base, as I said, so that's not something you see every day. Ah, but there he goes, he surrenders. He sees the writing on the wall and calls quits. The Americans are pulling back, allowing the German convoy to continue, and they can probably work on evacuating the airstrip. I'll see you all next time, everyone. Bye-bye.